What's up, Topeka? Welcome to the I'm from Topeka podcast, broadcasting straight from the... We're here to bring you the people, the stories, and the pulse of Topeka. Whether you're a longtime resident or just curious about what makes the city tick, we've got you covered.
Yeah,
that's smart. Well, this is season 2, episode 7.
Episode 7,
man. It's going. It's growing. We're in a very chill location right now. Very chill, very laid back. It smells great in here. Just to give
it really
you,
does. It's welcoming.
Watching on YouTube, listening on the podcast, it smells great. Wish we had smell-o-vision. But we are sitting here with the man of the hour, Nick. Is it Guivas?
2Gunz Guivas.
Nick 2Gunz. 2Gunz Guivas. You can't miss out the 2Gunz, man.
Can't miss out the 2Gunz.
Yeah, you can't miss that out, man. So, Nick, we appreciate you for being on the podcast, man, and allowing us to come to your space because this is a beautiful spot, man.
Thank you.
And like I said, it smells great. We've done some work with I'm from Topeka video series.
Yep.
So if you know Nick, we're going to give him the opportunity to explain who he is and what he does, but you might have known him for fighting, but also he owns his own construction company, exterior, interior. There's what you were telling me too.
Yeah, all of it.
Yeah, everything.
Do it.
Yeah, so
Nice.
So yeah, man.
Wood, nails, and screws, we can do it.
You can make it happen.
We make it happen.
Make it happen.
So yeah.
But yeah, man, so tell everybody who you are and kind of what you do, brother.
So I'm Nick Guivas, obviously. Own a company called Midwest Deck and Exterior. Also build custom homes. That's the newest venture that we're getting into. Starting one right now. But yeah, we own a local exterior company. You name it, we can do it. Our specialty is decks.
I gotcha.
Custom decks. Do windows, doors, just anything you can think of that has to do with building.
Yeah.
What we do. So
that's
great,
dope,
man.
Yeah.
That's a lot. So we got a lot of stuff behind us.
Yeah.
We got a couple things.
What's your box? You've been into boxing. You're legendary around here. Yeah. Everybody in Topeka knows who you are. What got you started? When did you actually start into boxing?
So it was May of 1985.
Oh wow!
I was riding my bicycle through Oakland and seen a bunch of guys in a garage standing around a piece of carpet. Mm-hmm. I riding my bike by, whatever. Get home, and I was like, "Hey, Dad, there's some dudes down the road. I don't know what they're doing, but I want to do it."
Yeah.
So we went up the road, and unfortunately, that was, I can't say unfortunately. Unfortunately, that was the day I started
there you
boxing.
go.
So the guy that taught me was John Alcala, our old city councilman.
Oh wow!
Alcala's Boxing Club.
Yeah.
So we started in a garage. Our ring was a piece of carpet with a bunch of guys standing around it as the ropes.
Push them back in if they try to run. Yeah,
that's how it did. So that was day one, and the rest was history.
Yeah. What'd your dad say when you wanted to come home and you're like, hey, they're down there fighting? Was he like?
He didn't know what it was.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm sweating here.
No, you're good.
No, he didn't know, and so we went up there, and he said, "Are you sure?" And I never looked back.
That's legit.
So yeah, that was my first fight. Like I said, was in May of 1985. I was 7 years old, weighed 78 pounds. So I had almost 300 amateur fights and about 50 pro fights.
Yeah.
And countless sparring sessions. So, I mean, I can say I've sparred 25,000 rounds.
Yeah. And those sparring sessions usually are harder than the fights.
Way harder than the fight. The real fight is in the gym.
Yeah.
And I've sparred with Tommy Morrison. There's just so many guys. Tommy Morrison was a legend, the Duke. And so, that was me, man. It was fun.
So did you get serious about boxing? Like when you first got into, like when you started walking down there and your dad was like, okay, we could do this. Did you hit a point where you were like, or did you just kind of hitting the ground running like, I'm doing this? Or did you get real serious about it at some point? I got real serious.
I never looked back. Like I said, it was
just that from start.
I mean, I played football, here and there, but boxing was my sport.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. There's no season. You got football season, basketball season.
True.
Boxing, there's no season.
It's like a lifestyle, right?
Like it's a lifestyle. You don't play it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You live it.
Yeah.
So it just spoke to me from
the very
beginning. It was not everybody likes to get hit in the face.
Yeah.
I didn't either, but I liked the competitiveness of
the competition.
Me versus somebody else. It was if I lost, it was because of me.
You couldn't blame nobody. Oh, my lineman. Yeah.
Coach told me to do whatever, but that was up to me once I got in the ring.
Yeah.
I loved it, man.
That's legit, man.
I loved it.
That is.
So 7 years old was your first fight. How was that? Like, I mean, thinking back then, like when you got punched the first time, obviously you were getting it in a garage,
Sure.
you know, but being punched for the first time in front of like other family members, what was that feeling like?
I mean, I was just looking forward to showing out to all the family. You know,
I got you.
luckily
Yeah.
I was able to get a pretty easy first fight. Either the guy was not good or I was just way better.
Way good. Yeah.
But either way, I won my first fight.
Gotcha.
Nice.
And obviously that puts a little
fuel in the fire. Like, let's
Yeah.
go. I
let's
won one.
go.
Yeah.
And so as an amateur, we do what they call smokers. You probably heard of those. But
Yeah.
as an amateur, it was every weekend we was fighting. As a pro, you might fight 3 times a year.
Yeah.
If you're real active, 5-6 times a year. But every weekend, man, we was traveling the Midwest. And in our club, John Alcala, we'd have 6, 7, 8 of us. We'd jump in a minivan, and they would take the center seat out. And we'd all jump in and lay on the floor on a blanket. We'd pull up to a smoker. And John would be like, "Hey guys, wait in the van."
Yeah.
He'd go out. He'd come back. He'd be like, "All right, Nick, Anthony, Rico, you guys got fights. The rest of you don't." So we wouldn't even know. We weren't invited to these fights.
Yeah.
We was a ruthless club, and we would just
making it happen.
we just show up.
Yeah.
That's dope.
We would show up, man, and it kept me out of trouble.
There you go. I was,
You know what I mean?
I was gonna ask you that. Like, did you get in trouble? Like,
Nope.
because usually that's what I'm saying. Usually boxers, they usually have that. Like, you either get into boxing because you're escaping trouble, or once you're in boxing at that young age, you know what you can do, so you don't get in trouble because you know like what the consequences that you can get yourself into by beating somebody else up that doesn't know how to.
I didn't never have the chance to get in trouble because I started boxing, not because I was in trouble.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't play little league baseball. I didn't do none of that. It was little league boxing. You know,
Wow.
That's
didn't own a skateboard. Owned a bicycle and a pair of gloves.
Yeah.
I would ride my bike to boxing practice every single day and loved it.
Yeah.
Dedication, man.
Man,
Yeah.
loved it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And so you've boxed with growing up like through high school. I mean, because they don't have college for boxing that I know of. So what'd you do after high school and stuff? Like, did you continue the boxing career? Obviously, I know, but
I took a little break.
okay.
Had kids, did the whole thing, you know. But yeah, I mean, I took probably a 7-year hiatus from boxing. Had kids and work, and then it was just always in me. So got reconnected with Damon, and he was like, "Let's go make some money."
Ready? Like, yeah.
All right, here we go. You know, we're going from Australia to Germany to you name it.
Yeah.
I mean, we're traveling overseas and across the country. And
Did you go to Saudi Arabia? You said
no, I went to Australia.
Okay.
Germany. Of course, all over the country. LA, New York, Vegas. You name it. We've been there fighting. So hanging out with guys like Roy Jones, Tommy Morrison, Riddick Bowe, Mike Tyson, you know, all the legends.
Yeah.
Boxing's a real small community, believe it or not. It's real small. I mean,
not a lot of people want to get punched in the face.
they don't, you know. There's only in the world, there's only about 1,150 registered amateur or heavyweight boxers in the world.
Yeah, in the world,
1,150. So they call outlaw bikers 1%ers. We should be like quarter percenters.
Exactly.
Such a specialty.
1,150 pro heavyweight fighters.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
it seems to be like, so when you do you watch, are you so, I'm sure you're tapped into boxing now, the boxing
every
world.
Weekend.
It's such a, it does seem to be like it's not dying, but it's like, you know, you got MMA, you got UFC, you have, but then all the craziness about everybody trying to box. You know, we got Jake Paul up here stepping in. Like, how do you feel about the boxing world and like since you've seen it kind of progress and then maybe move the other direction as well?
You know,
over the
like
years?
you said boxing's dead. In my world, boxing's never been dead.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not one single, you can take every single MMA fighter combined, and they have never made as much money as, let's say, just Canelo Alvarez in one fight.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's true.
It's
That's
crazy.
true.
One
Yeah.
fight.
Yeah.
You know, you look at guys like Floyd Mayweather made $300 million on one fight.
Yeah.
Just the fight. And then you got to add in all the endorsements and everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they just showed a little meme or something the other day on social media about the Canelo fight last weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So during the same time, they had an MMA fight,
Mm-hmm.
and the two top tier guys, it showed like 2.5 million. This guy made 3.5. Then it showed the Canelo fight, 30 million for this
Jeez.
one, and then
Yeah.
the low end guy got 15 million.
Yeah. They get paid way more. Like,
Yeah.
it's always.
I didn't know.
100 times
Honestly,
more.
I didn't know
Always.
that. I didn't know that at all.
They get
Yeah,
paid. The
yeah.
money's
So
always
that's
there.
why Conor McGregor, like,
They have done a stat where, like I said, they've took every MMA fighter combined salary, and it didn't even equal up to one fight of Canelo Alvarez. Not
It's
one.
crazy.
dang.
It's wild, man.
It's
And that
wild.
fight was good too.
Yeah.
I was
Great
watching
fight.
it. Yeah,
It was a great fight.
He definitely got that dub.
He's a
man.
beast.
Well
So
deserved.
Berlanga's it was a Puerto Rico versus Mexico. You know, I'm Puerto Rican, so
Oh, okay.
I was still going for Canelo.
Yeah.
yeah.
Hey, who beats Canelo?
I was just gonna say,
Right.
how can you not though?
Man.
Who
Like,
beats
he's a,
Canelo?
Is that a favorite of yours, or is there
Absolutely.
someone you before him? Was there someone when you were younger that you were really looking up to that you really follow close,
Man,
or was it just an overall?
Of course, my age, it was Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson was on.
I mean,
Yeah,
dude was an animal.
I don't know that I would still want to fight this guy.
Yeah.
I mean, give
Jake Paul
give
does.
it to Jake Paul.
Yeah,
Hey,
give it to. But here's the thing. I think I want Tyson to just
demolish him.
demolish him. Like, let him know, like, bro, I still am that
Yeah.
man. Like, I
That's what's
just
so tough about
I'm
today, though,
tame.
is it's like, is it money? Because you see people stepping up and getting a payday with him, and then it just like it hurts because it's like,
Yeah.
is a legend gonna do that? Like, does that make it's like? I hope that's not what it is, but if it is, to each his own, man.
you know,
I
I
mean,
believe Jake Paul. I truly believe Jake's gonna beat him.
yeah,
Man.
yeah,
Oh,
Just your age.
yeah,
Exact-
old, yeah,
I
you
mean,
can only-
he's almost 60.
that's exactly.
yeah.
But
you know,
still
and
seeing
take-
him moving like
Absolutely.
yeah.
I mean,
beast at
I'm
60.
46. And I'm gonna tell you what, from 42 to 46, it's different.
different.
It's different.
It's
Just those
different.
few
Yeah,
years.
Just
yeah.
Hit
those
your
few
40s,
years,
like-
it's different. And trust me, I want nothing more than Jake Paul just to get smashed.
Yeah,
Don't know that it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I mean, that would be dope to see Mike just go back to his prime and just
Let the
Absolute-
real Iron Mike show up.
yeah,
and
just absolutely just whoop that man.
Yeah.
But
I would love to see that for sure.
that would be
crazy
dope.
upset.
So, but what do you think? I mean, since you've been in the boxing game for so long, what do you think of the boxing going to like the celebrity type style boxing, like Jake Paul? I mean, even though he says he's not celebrity type boxing, but
Sure.
what do you think about that? Truly,
I mean, I'm not a huge fan of it, but if you're a decent celebrity boxer like Jake Paul and you can make money at it and that's your hustle, good for you.
yeah, for sure.
But as far as him saying he's changing the face of boxing and he's the new face of boxing, that's not true.
No,
I mean, like I said, boxing has never died.
yeah, no,
People,
no,
like,
it's-
ever know
yeah,
that.
that's
like,
what I'm saying. Yeah,
because you've
Yeah.
been in
Yeah.
boxing. It's like you know how to separate. Like I hear you, but you're no.
I can tell you now, I've made more money on certain fights than these higher end MMA guys have before.
that's crazy.
I've had some big paydays. And
Yeah,
some of these guys' paydays, I'm looking, I'm like, wow, I made more money than that as a low level. Yeah. And I can't even say I was low level. I fought some of the
yeah, you fought.
most premier heavyweights in the entire world.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't at their level, but
You stepped
You were
into
in
the
the
ring
ring
with
with
them.
them.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
people, and that's what I say. Like if y'all are listening to this, watching this, if you're like, oh, he's a fighter, or this fighter, that fighter, and I could do that. I don't want to hear none of that until you actually step into the ring, because I used to do Muay Thai, and that's elbows, knees, feet, everything. So kickboxing, but it's a whole nother level when you step into that ring compared to you be like, oh, I'm gonna go punch this punch bag.
Exactly. What's
Don't
Mike
punch
Tyson
back.
say?
Yeah, yeah,
What's the
they don't
saying?
punch- yeah.
Everybody's got a plan until what?
Until they get punched in the face.
Yeah, it's
know,
different.
It's real. Yeah.
And I've seen guys, you see them come in the gym and they hit the bag and they look great. And you're like,
Yeah,
man,
yeah.
he looks pretty good.
Yeah, yeah.
You get in the ring and it's like,
What happened?
They get
yeah,
hit.
you realize the bag didn't punch you back.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And you always hear guys watching fights. Oh, he should have done that. I would have done that. So I could have. You can't do none of those, or else you would have been doing it.
Or, yeah,
Exactly. When that adrenaline's
Exactly,
going and
yeah.
you're in it, it's
Yeah,
like way
because
different.
that's a whole nother beast too. Your adrenaline gets going when you're
Oh, my
just working the bag. You're like, oh, I feel good, like I'm good. But when you got to learn how to control that adrenaline rush, because you could go out there and just game plans out the window.
Out the window.
Completely
you get
gone.
that adrenaline dump too.
Yeah,
before
yeah,
ring. Get it all built up, and then there's been times where I've crashed walking into the ring.
and you
It's-
feel it. You're like, oh
you
man, it's
feel
gonna
it.
be a tough.
You feel
tough
it. And
start.
it's that adrenaline dump, and I didn't know it was a real thing
Yeah,
until
yeah.
it was a real thing.
So you felt it.
Until you felt it, and it's almost like this weight just got thrown on top of you.
Sheesh.
You know, you're already scared. Anybody who says they get in the ring, oh, were you scared? No, I wasn't scared, but let me tell you what, I was nervous.
Yeah. Nervous.
If you don't
absolutely.
get butterflies, and you ain't alive.
Man, thank you.
That's right.
Thank you.
I don't
That's
care
right.
what you say. Oh man, I wasn't scared. I wasn't nervous.
Right.
You're lying.
Yeah.
You're lying.
Did that ever change? Like, was that a consistent thing
It's
every
the same
fight?
all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, let me tell you what, there was times where I probably should have. I could have went to the bathroom real quick. You know what I mean? I mean, it's the minute it changes, it's probably the minute you should get out of the sport. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that
Might
makes
be getting a
sense.
little dangerous at that point. Like,
Sure. Because for me, if you don't have that feeling of another man, 15 foot across the ring from you, he's trying to hurt you.
Yeah, that's
As
true.
well as
Yeah,
you're trying to hurt him, and it's not on a personal level typically, but if your nerves ain't got the best of you, then you just ain't alive.
nope.
You ain't alive.
how did you go about? Because I know in fighting specifically, emotions are to like how controlling your emotions during the fight. Was there a process, or do you think that you were always kind of, did that come natural for you, or did you work on specific things for that?
I think it must have came natural because as an amateur, you if you got a really good coach, he'll control that for you. I mean, he'll make sure that you don't get out of hand, because you really, when you start to get fear like that in the ring, and you feel like your emotions and you're mad, you can't fight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to control yourself and just be in control at all times. When you start to let your emotions take control, they take control of the fight. So boxing it's such a mental game.
Yeah.
I mean, I've fought guys that were 6'8", and smashed them.
Yeah.
And I fought guys that were 5'7" and got beat up.
Yeah.
And it's so. And what I mean by that is, just because he's 6'8" doesn't mean he's bigger and stronger. And better.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You get look at a guy like Andy Ruiz. He shocked the world when he
beat Anthony Joshua,
and then went 12 rounds with him again on a rematch.
Yeah.
And didn't even train for that fight. He showed how good he was to go 12 rounds with a guy like that.
Exactly.
Drinking Modelo's every day,
Right.
every week, and eating tacos every day.
Yeah. Same with Tyson Fury. Like, when he first came on it, I know he's been boxing for years, but when I first saw him come on the scene, I was like, there's no way this guy's out of shape. There's no and then look at the guy.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like
Damon Reed always put it to me perfectly. He goes, shapely doesn't mean you're in shape. You could look like Grimace and be a monster. And Tyson Fury pretty much proved it. He got these stick legs, and the guy is a boxer.
kind of flabby, but he's
I would not want to get in the ring with him. I would.
Yeah.
I would.
For the right amount of pay.
For the
Yeah.
right amount of money. Don't get me wrong. I ain't saying that.
damn in your hair. No, still ready.
Go ahead and get that fight if it's out there.
That's hilarious.
Was there a specific fight that was one of your either, I guess, hardest when you look back on, and then biggest accomplished fight, or one that you just really look back on that you want to get back? It's like, man, if I could just have that rematch.
There was the one particular fight, and it sticks out to me still to this day, every day. It was a guy named BJ Flores. Real big name. He was a PBC commentator for years for Showtime and PBC. He was in the top 10 in the world. And he called me personally, wanted to fight in Phoenix, Arizona at the Celebrity Casino or something like that. Anyhow, he was my best friend up to the fight. Known him. He was out of Kansas City for quite a while, but called me on the phone. Hey, let's fight. I think it'd be a great fight. Blah 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 blah. Sure, no problem. So we show up to Phoenix. As soon as I get there, he kind of shuns me, treats me like I'm nobody, talking mad, saying, "Oh, I'm gonna smash you faster than Jarrell Big Baby Miller did," and blah blah blah. Puts me in the shittiest hotel. Horrible hotel.
Yeah.
So I didn't take the fight serious, and I get in the ring with the guy, and after the end of the first round, Damon looks at me and he goes, "You got this?" And I said, "Got this." I didn't train for this fight. I truly did not train for this fight. I thought I was going in to get my payday, get my money and leave. And it was towards the end of my career, and I went in and it was one of the easiest fights I ever fought. I did not win the fight.
Yeah.
It was a distance fight, and we offered to fight him again for nothing because their team normally has to pay for that fight.
Yeah.
I told Damon, let's fight this guy again. Well, what do we want? I want nothing. I'll pay for my trip to go back to where he's from because I know I can beat him. Top 10 guy in the world. So that one really sticks out to me. And They did not take the fight again. He never fought again. Or he fought one more time after that. Got beat up really bad and never fought again. Matter of fact, he's Jake Paul's trainer.
Oh,
The bald guy.
Yeah.
Bald guy.
Is he?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
he's Jake Paul's.
He didn't
Yeah.
want to smoke again,
Yeah.
man. He said,
He
"No,
didn't
we
want-
can't risk that again." No,
We
he's
offered
getting
to
the
fight
second
Jake
win.
Paul too, and
Yeah.
4 years ago, it didn't happen.
That's
He
crazy.
wouldn't do it.
So what we need to do is line you up with him and then line John up with Jake Paul.
I'd love
That
that.
would be
it.
dope.
I think John would beat up Jake Paul.
I think you would
I think
too.
He could take him.
Yeah, I think you
definitely
could.
do.
Yeah.
I think it'd be a great fight, but I mean, my money's on John.
Yeah, for sure.
100%.
For sure.
man.
That's crazy. That's
Yeah.
crazy how such a small world it is,
Yeah,
though, you
It
know,
is.
with all that.
Like I said, that boxing
Boxing.
community is really, really small. So, yeah, I mean,
What's one of your like hardest fights where you're like, whoo, why did I do this? Or if there is one, I mean.
no, I mean, they're all hard, but the hardest one was probably a guy fought Bowie Tapo. He was a Tongan. He's a guy from Tonga. It's an island, clear out, like Hawaiian island, whatever.
They're different.
They're different. They're actually proven. It's some type of fact proven. I was told, and maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, that they have a thicker skull than any other human alive.
Oh.
And they've done this through autopsy, finding whatever. So I fought a guy, Bowie Tapo, in Brisbane, Australia. And I remember getting in the ring with the guy, and we go through the first round. And during the fight, the guy's he kept going, and he like spit on the ground. I'm like, what is going on?
Oh, he's trying to
Is
get
this like
some
some mating call? What's going on? So I go back to the corner, and I'm like, Damon, what's going on? He's like, oh man, maybe I'll see you in another minute or so. Maybe I won't.
I'm trying to figure it out too.
So yeah, man, this guy, I beat the brakes off this guy, hit him with everything I had, and he never blinked an eye at me.
Yeah.
And
He's like, yeah. He was talking to his ancestors doing that.
Man.
He was
Doing
getting that higher
something.
power,
I
man, for
mean,
sure.
he was definitely the hardest, toughest fight I ever had. He didn't hit real hard, but it was like fighting a brick wall.
Taking a beating.
Just taking
Yeah.
it.
That's
just like-
he won the fight in a decision fight in his hometown. He didn't beat me up. I feel like I beat him up really bad,
Yeah.
but he just didn't move.
That's hard. Yeah.
It was like fighting one of them dummies, Bob.
Yeah, the Bobs, yeah,
the
yeah.
Bobs,
Always pops right back. Right in your face.
It's like, is he even real? One of those things. But yeah,
Fighting a hologram up here.
I'm telling you.
Oh, wow.
That's
Hey,
crazy.
man, that's special that Damon, because I really have been finding, because I first found out about Damon through Genesis. I used to work at Genesis for some years. And then they would always come out to North and be like the loudest people in the gym working. And I was
Absolutely.
like,
That was
who
us.
is this?
Yeah.
Yep. And then I started talking to him, and he's really worked with this a lot of. He's like a main person. It seems like
He
Connect.
is the main person.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
he
saying.
is, yeah.
He's the Connect for boxing.
So
around
Damon
here.
had about 90 pro fights. Damon fought James Toney. He fought Aaron Pritchard for the WBO or WBC heavyweight title of the world. Broke his face. Got his face broke literally first round. He's fought, Herbie Hyde. No, I'm sorry. He fought Herbie Hyde for the WBO heavyweight title. He fought James Pritchard. He's fought James Toney. Deontay Wilder.
Deontay. Oh, so
fought-
Damon fought
Damon
Deontay?
Fought Deontay Wilder.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, he's a legend.
Yeah, yeah.
But,
He really is.
There's
Fought
need a
Deontay.
boxing hall of fame here in
He is.
Topeka
Yeah,
because he is.
he's the man who kind of started boxing here as far as the pro level goes, and he's the man who kept it going.
Yeah.
and still keeps it going.
Yeah,
I mean,
still-
that's
yeah.
John's guy. That was my guy. So yeah, kudos to Damon.
Yeah,
Kudos,
shout out
man.
to
I'm-
Damon.
I'm
Kudos.
so happy to see that too happen in our city, man. Like the Evergy fight, like the
Yeah, that was dope.
planning for the next fights. It's something good to that Evergy fight was awesome. Like I've never seen that many people downtown. at
And
one time in
that's
Topeka.
all John Cantrell right there.
Yeah.
That's the selling side of John. That's what he does. He sells himself, and he's good for Topeka.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, John's bringing
For
that
sure.
energy and keeping that fighting alive in Topeka. Obviously, Damon on the training side of it is what he does. But
For sure.
boy, good for John. He's
Yeah.
Shout out John, man.
Yeah,
John's
shout
a
out
good
John.
dude.
Yeah. Love John.
He's pushing it and keeping it alive.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
No, he's
so-
he's doing his thing too. I'm
is.
looking forward to his next fight. We kind of talked about that, but we ain't gonna say nothing
Yeah,
yet.
we'll
But yeah, we're looking forward to that next
Yep,
fight.
yep. Got something big coming for
yeah.
Topeka.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Something huge.
dope. Yeah. Now with that, what made you move from fighting kind of into what you're doing now with Midwest Deck and Exterior?
Well, boxing was never enough to pay the bills.
Okay.
So, it was always really good. You know, Damon always told me boxing owes you $1 million, and it did. So, but I had to have something
For sure.
And honestly, it all started in 7th grade shop class.
Really?
I loved it.
That's
awesome.
awesome.
I was like, well, I mean, I can do this. I
Yeah.
can read a tape measure. So I provide a service, and it's something I've always done and something I love to do. So,
Yeah.
you know,
That was so you've been doing this ever since like when you were boxing. I thought you were just doing boxing full time.
no, I've been doing this for over 20 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 7th grade, you learned you're like, I'm boxing, and I know that I like shop class.
Absolutely.
I know those two things.
Yeah.
Use your hands in both ways.
School was not my thing, but I love shop class.
Man,
Yeah.
yep, I bet.
You
That's
know,
dope.
shop class and PE and boxing. So yeah, that was me.
Those three things.
Those
Full-
three things. That was it.
That's all you need.
Heck yeah.
You know, but like I said, never got in trouble. Never. I mean,
Stayed out the way.
yeah, never got in trouble.
That's dope. That's
Yeah.
real good.
Didn't have time. We was boxing.
That's
Yeah,
what I was
I was
gonna
gonna say,
say.
you
No
didn't
time,
have
no
time.
energy.
Yeah.
No
time.
time. Not boxing. I'm tired, and then I got to get up and go to school.
I tried football, like I said, a couple times. Played in middle school. Played once in high school. Was good at it. Just boxing coach said, and it's one of you. You can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
You need your boxing. So
Yeah.
boxing was my thing.
To have that commitment and to step into that full time, yeah, you need that, like, you know, and like you said, it's not. I understand if like you're like, oh, I'm a basketball player, then I'm a football player, but boxing, like you said, it's year round. Like there's
no season.
you can't. It's not like you'd be like, oh, I'm gonna take this time off to go do this. So
Right.
that's dope. So with you like working with your hands and everything like that, what's some of your like what made you be like, okay, I'm gonna do this on top of boxing? Like, what was it, like a certain project that you got, or like?
I think it was just the whole feel of the shop class, you know.
Yeah.
Running the machines, cutting
Okay.
wood, you know, skill saws, just the whole thing of being able to build something and
See
show
it.
that I built that,
Yeah.
you know, and it
Yeah.
it never stopped.
Yeah.
So
Word, man.
so now we're, you know, it's like building Legos as a kid. I'm just doing it with bigger
Yeah,
bigger things
yeah,
now,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it worked out great and wouldn't trade it for the world. Like I said, now we're doing bigger things, better things, and custom home building.
Yeah.
Going to be the next great custom home builder in Topeka.
Let's
I
go.
can promise you that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Let's
No,
go.
you,
Did
have
you-
you started one? My bad, man.
Yeah. No, you're good.
Yeah. We start Midwest Custom Homes is our
Okay, so
is
you
our
ju-
new sister
That's
company.
okay. Cool.
We're going to kind of reveal that with the custom we're building now, and then come see us January 31st, February 1st and 2nd at the home show, Topeka Home Show.
Oh, nice.
So,
So yeah, you already got it
that's where we're
lined
going to
out.
kind of show our kind of what we're doing on the second side of it. The Midwest Deck and Exterior is pretty much established. It's never guaranteed, so I'm always building the business. But the new company's coming. It's coming strong and coming hard, and it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Sounds like it, man.
Good.
So did you build this house?
Absolutely, yeah, I did.
Oh, nice.
Back in 2006.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So
beautiful
when you
place.
told me, you was like, yeah, we built this house and I didn't think anything else was going to be out here. And then it's like, yeah.
And here it is.
Yeah, everybody's out.
Now everybody's out here.
Yeah.
The new house I'm building is on a big plot of land, so there will be nobody else out there.
There you go.
Hey, congrats on that.
That's all, that's huge. Congrats. What's your what's the best project that you, I mean, besides your new house, obviously that should be your number one.
Sure.
But what's the most fun thing that you've worked on that you're like, man, I really, and then like something that you're proud to show people, like man, look, I'm gonna drive by this because I built that, you know?
There's one, I think you had probably seen it too, maybe on Facebook. It's a video of a big composite deck that we did on like 53rd and Gauge for a local guy named Scott. Kind of gave us full range, and he didn't have a budget.
Yeah, there you go. That always helps.
Not that I took advantage of the budget, but
Yeah.
I took advantage of buying the best materials that I could get for this job, and it just turned out phenomenal. I mean,
Yeah, it's beautiful. It really
and
is.
I've taken customers there several times. I mean, it's a showcase, it's a
Oh,
showpiece,
yeah, but
and I have literally probably gotten 10 jobs by
Just
customers, just his friends being there, and then me also taking customers
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
So yeah, no, it's beautiful. It was one of the first composite type decks I ever did,
yeah.
and it turned out great.
Is working with composite harder than wood?
Yeah, it's you got to be perfect. You got to be perfect. And,
Yeah.
it's just there's a lot more steps.
Yeah.
You know, a lot more steps. So yeah, it's definitely a lot more. But we like the challenge. So
That makes sense. Competition.
Yeah, give it to me. We'll, you know, we'll build it. I don't care what it is.
Yeah.
I'll build you a doghouse if you want it.
There it is. Yeah, composite dog. No. So what? Do you have a pretty good size like team with you?
I got a really good crew. We got a crew of 4, 5 including myself. But I also have a lot of subs that I work with too.
Okay.
So, but my 4 main guys, are awesome.
They tore that deck down.
Yeah,
on that video of I'm from Topeka one, dude, they tore that deck down and built that deck up so quick.
Oh, yeah,
I was like
one.
mind blown. I was like, what? He's like, it'll be done by today. I was like, what? How?
They get to it, man. I mean, there's always good little bonuses in it for them. And
it makes sense.
So I like to keep my guys happy. So if they're on time, then I'm on time.
There you go.
The check's on time. There's always a little bonus and a free lunch in here.
There we go. Yeah,
got to keep them happy. So
I'm sure you don't deal with much conflict from the guys, right?
No, not really.
They're probably like, we ain't.
Well, one's my son, one's my son-in-law, and 2 are just.
One's your son, one's your son-in-law.
Cool.
So there you go. Yeah,
cool.
Yeah, ain't no kickback from that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, you got a cooler full of Modelo, you said too.
Oh,
always.
There we go.
So
Always,
there's a perk there too.
Always a perk after work in the summer for
There we
sure.
go.
So,
That's awesome.
Are they into boxing?
I was gonna ask you.
kids.
No. My son tried it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Just wasn't his thing.
Gotcha.
But no, he tough guy, was actually a really good at it. I mean, he had a real good skill for it, but he had a baby young.
That's what.
Yeah.
Different fight.
I
Had to start a
did
different fight.
I did too. So
Yeah.
And I'm a grandpa of 4.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely don't look old enough to be a
No,
grandpa.
Thank you.
You
My
don't.
my oldest grandson's 13.
What?
Wow. Yeah.
Been a grandpa
That's
for a while.
wild. So yeah,
13.
you've been a grandpa since 33?
32, 33, yep.
That's my age.
Yeah. That's what I'm
Being a
saying.
grandpa at that age was
Yeah, it's crazy.
My oldest grandson is 13. But
That's
he'll be
crazy.
13 in October next month.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That is.
October 23rd. Yeah, 21st actually.
Heck yeah.
6 days before me. So I got 3 grandsons and 1 granddaughter.
Oh, you spoil that granddaughter, don't
Oh,
you?
yeah.
Oh man. Oh man.
She's the new one.
Yeah, she gets it all.
Yeah, she definitely took the reins on all of them.
That's awesome, man.
So-
She's gonna be the boxer one.
Yeah.
She's gonna be the one beating all up the grandbabies.
for sure.
Yeah.
She's already kind of the boss. So.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
that's how it rolls.
Yeah,
That's how it rolls.
for sure.
So how many? Okay, now how many kids do you have?
I have 3 kids,
Okay,
2
gotcha.
girls and a boy.
Okay,
Yep.
nice.
My son's the youngest. He's 19.
Okay.
Got a 28-year-old daughter, Haley. My middle daughter, Kaylin, 26.
Nice.
I'm
Cool.
old, man.
Yeah,
I'm getting old.
Man.
sure you've lived. Old, but you've got.
I got a lot of miles.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just to say you've experienced too.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Like
I'm seasoned.
yeah, there you go. There you go.
Definitely.
Seasoned.
Do you go to the fights still? Like, is that something you like to do?
Yeah,
You go quite a bit.
Yeah. Yep. Every one that's local here, and honestly, we were trying to. We were going to try to go to the Canelo fight in Vegas, but we're going to go to me and Damon is going to go to one of the next big ones coming up in Vegas.
Yeah. What do you
Nice.
think of Javante Davis?
Love Tank.
Dude, I love Tank.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love Tank,
Who
dude.
beats Tank too in that weight
right.
division?
Dude,
you know
I'm
what I
telling you,
mean?
I don't
heavy
think
hitter.
anybody does.
Nobody
What'd you think
beats
about
Tank.
Ryan? Like, was that what was up with
Never
that
a
fight?
fan.
Never.
Yeah,
I've never
me
been a
either.
fan of
Me either.
Ryan either.
Do you think he gave him a good? Was that a good battle? You think for a little
I think
bit?
it gave him everything he had.
Yeah, me
And
too.
obviously, it was not enough.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't even close to being enough.
No.
I think Ryan's one of those like nothing against Ryan or anything like that, but he's a really good he looks good on the bag.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
He's a good
fast.
salesman. He's
Yeah.
he's a pretty boy, and he's selling himself. So I think he's better at probably being a model than he is being a boxer.
There you go.
He's a
Yep.
pretty boy.
Yep.
He's one of Oscar's boys. That's why.
Good for him. You know, Oscar did the same thing.
Yep.
You know, I know all about the whole Oscar days.
Yeah.
man. So yeah, no, Tank Davis is boy.
Man, that dude's a beast.
Yeah.
What about Crawford?
Terrence Crawford's my probably all-time favorite fighter right now. I
Oh,
don't
man.
think Canelo can shake a stick at Terrence
Really?
Crawford. That's my
Really?
personal opinion.
Yeah.
Oh, this is gonna be
Yeah.
so. You see, he said he'll accept a fight with him.
He'll come up and wait to
Man.
take it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll go watch that fight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
when you got.
That'd
to.
be
I mean,
good
I'll
one.
put some money on that fight.
Yeah,
Yeah. I think
Terrence
that-
Crawford's he's our Nebraska boy.
yeah. I was
Right
gonna
up
say
the
he's
road.
right in
Yeah.
Midwest,
Oh,
baby.
that's right,
So
that's right.
Nebraska,
Yeah. Bomac, his trainers. I mean, I've known him for many, many, many years. So
Yeah, that's dope.
yeah, like I said, that boxing community is really small. So
Mm-hmm.
all the Terrence Crawford was in the amateur division when I was in the amateur division. So
Mm-hmm.
you know, he was always on the younger side, but
Yeah, yeah.
I've always seen him at all the little smokers and all the
Yeah.
things. So yeah, man.
That's dope.
That is, man.
Yeah, it's cool.
Such a small world,
It
man.
is.
So small.
It
world.
really is. So
But-
Dominique, so you were probably fighting around the same time as him as well?
Yeah.
What weight class what weight class were you in? Were you mainly in the
I was
same
a
weight
heavyweight
class?
my whole pro career.
Okay.
Yep, never
Gotcha.
anything but. And Dominique, he kind of went up and down. So
Mhm.
I think he finished his career mainly at between cruiserweight and heavyweight.
Gotcha.
But Dominique was a small heavyweight, but fast.
Mm.
Dominique
Yeah.
hits hard.
Yeah, yeah.
Dominique hits real
Yeah.
hard. We've got a lot of sparring sessions together, and Dominique's fast and he's got some pop to him.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That's dope. That's dope. I don't think I've seen Dominique fight.
he can fight. He's got a really good boxing IQ.
Mm.
He seems like you got some reach too. He's
Does.
long.
Yeah. Dominique's he's tough.
Mm-hmm.
Never count him out.
Yeah, no, I never would.
Never
do you
count
still work on stuff? I mean, I'm sure you have days where you have like a bag here, or something. You just kind of get in those modes, or like, you know, I'm gonna go
Yeah,
spar,
I got all
or
the
hit the
things
bag.
here
or-
and all that. I got a little weight room over here and all that
Nice.
stuff. But the business has taken over so much
Oh, yeah.
in
I
the
bet.
past couple
Enough.
years. It's kind of hard. But yeah, I mean, if I can get in the gym anytime I can, I was just sparring with John just to get him ready for these last fights. So
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Nice.
I mean, you know, the old man can still get in there and do
I
some
bet.
things. You know?
Yeah, you didn't
It's
lose
like riding a
it.
bike. You don't
Yeah.
ever forget how to do
Nah,
it.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I might not be the best at it, have the best balance anymore, but they say one thing you never lose as a boxer is your power.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, you working with your hands too, like
Yeah.
construction
Yeah.
work, dude, like that.
Yeah,
Those hands are different.
you got a different type of
Way
strength.
different.
You
No,
do,
It
yeah.
is. It's not the weight room. It's definitely a
Yeah,
full different type of
exactly.
strength. Yeah.
I might not be able to bench 250, but I can pick up a log that's
400.
600 pounds
Yeah.
and carry it across the
Right.
way, but I can't bench 250.
That's different.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a different thing,
It's
though.
a
It
different
is.
strength, and it's true. And you know,
Mhm.
Damon goes to the gym every day, and I had him work with me a couple times, and he's
Dang,
he's like, "Man, I don't see how you do this." I'm like, "I don't see how you go to the gym every day, lift 600 pounds with your legs."
It's hard when you're out there in the environment, the elements, and lifting and doing all that.
It's a different. It's a
Mm.
different.
Have you ever done like concrete work?
Yeah, we do it all. Yeah, with concrete siding, doors, windows.
Gosh, dude, I did concrete work. My uncle owns
That's hard.
Frontier Concrete and Construction. Dude,
Oh, it's another
Or
type
after
of beast.
COVID, yeah, like he was like, hey, because I didn't have a job, we moved back here. He's like, hey, you come work for me. I was like, all right, cool, I appreciate that. I was like, I don't think,
I think one day's good enough.
Yeah.
like I was doing
That's
stuff,
no
and I was
joke.
like, I told my wife because it's her uncle, so it's
Yeah.
my uncle-in-law. But I was like, I told my wife, I said, when I found another job and I got offered, I was like, I'm taking it. She was like, why? Why don't you want? I said, because I would look at Uncle Scott like he's not my uncle anymore.
Like you
Just
with
like
I wanna-
anger.
Scott.
Yeah, like I want to like he's Scott Perkins, so he's been around here for a while, and they've owned their company for a while, but I was just like, I can't do because
He was on you. Huh? He said, "Come on,
well, no, it wasn't even that he was on me. It's like I knew what standard to
Yeah.
hold myself, and he could make it look so easy. And like he's like, oh yeah, you work out, you do all this stuff, bro. It's not the same.
It's not
It's
the
not
same.
the
Man, them
same.
concrete guys are a different breed.
Dude,
My
carrying
dad
them
did it for years.
he has a metal because they
Yeah.
do the basements. I was helping them with
Yeah,
basements.
they form walls.
Yeah, those freaking forms, dude.
Yeah,
15-foot
Man.
form metal that you got carried down a 6-foot
Yeah.
muddy
Yeah,
trench.
concrete guys are a different breed in the construction world. And
Yeah, I'm good.
they are tough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They are. My dad, shout out my dad, man. He did it for years. That's
Yeah.
all he did when he started when he was 15. His dad was like, go to work. And he'll tell you about how he didn't know about the concrete poisoning. So he was getting it. He just wore shoes, regular shoes, and had to find
yeah.
out. And then,
Find out real hard on
real
that.
quick. Yeah.
Mhm.
So definitely
That's
hard work.
crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's different. So, man, shout out to y'all. Construction in general.
Any construction,
yeah,
yeah.
like it's
Yeah. It's not an easy cup of tea.
It is not. You definitely earn your money.
yeah,
You know.
So
Yeah.
you earn those beers at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
Those are the best tasting
Oh, man,
beers ever. I'm
telling
not
you,
a
that
drinker,
Should
but
be a sponsorship for. Go ahead and give me some free Modelo. You know.
There it is.
Modelo,
12-pack a
Modelo
week's
time.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's it. It's a 12 pack.
Modelo time, baby.
Man, I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
I worked for a little bit for just extra money. My friend's dad, when I was in high school, had they built houses, so I was just a laborer. I'm thinking, okay, we're gonna go. Cool. They needed some extra help. Man, even just being the laborer, just carrying the wood.
The worst part.
That's the worst
It
part.
is
Yeah, I was
the
just like,
hardest
just being a
part. I
laborer,
was
that's
like,
the hardest one.
yeah. And then they're like, go get me the water now that you're not. I'm like, all right, man.
Whatever they want you to get.
I worked there for about maybe 3 weeks, and I was like, okay,
I'm good.
Yeah.
I had that carrying rebar.
Oh yeah, that's
Dude,
another
rebar
tough one.
and cutting the rebar. It's like they make it look so easy. I was like,
yeah, right.
They were all jagged and stuff. I was like, good thing this is going in the bottom of the
It's
concrete.
probably my last day.
Hey, another job. Not to just get on that subject of crash and burn jobs, but man, tree trimming too. I'm not gonna lie, like doing that for hours and hours, like
it's
different.
One of my best friends owns a tree company in town, and
really,
yeah, man,
it's hard.
I ain't doing it.
Ain't doing it.
I don't like heights
I
like
don't like
that,
heights,
but
first of all,
that's
and
true.
I ain't trying to have no tree fall on me or none of that stuff.
Right.
It's hard.
Yeah, man. Putting them logs in the chipper too for just hours and hours.
Yeah.
Like putting it's like, man, that's some fun.
They can have all that.
Yep, keep it.
Keep it.
Yeah. So, okay, what's your future? Obviously, you said you're launching your sister company with the custom homes. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years with that?
I'm hoping. Actually, I'm not hoping. I know I'm going to be the top custom home builder.
There it
in
is.
Topeka. I can promise you that.
I believe it.
Yeah. I definitely see us just being. Gonna see me on TV all the time, commercials. I mean, we're gonna be doing it big and doing it right. You know, I don't want to build 50 homes a year. I want to build 10 perfect ones, not 50. Just slap together
homes,
spec homes. You know, I'm not a spec home builder. I'm a custom home builder. So, that's one thing I can look forward to for sure. You know, so
that's awesome, man.
Keeping that business rolling.
Let's go 5 years, Mike. We need to get our money right. So I'm hitting you up for the custom.
I will need a deck eventually. Like on our, we got a duplex.
I need a whole house.
Oh, you're trying to get a whole house, but
custom home.
I know a guy. Well, you know, as soon as the new one's done, we're obviously going to be doing something with you guys again.
Yeah,
so
absolutely,
100%. Yeah.
What's called? So land wise, like, do you? I don't know, like how that all. Obviously, that's real estate and everything like that. But like, what do you see yourself like ever getting into like that aspect too, or just?
I mean, yeah, you know, if the price in the area is right, yeah, I'll buy a big chunk of land and maybe do something and similar to where I'm at now. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of how it started with the house that I'm on now. We just bought a chunk of land, let it sit, decided let's build on it. And so here we are, you know, building something like that. But yeah, I mean, real estate, I own rental properties. I buy flip houses. So we do more than just build decks and exterior work. Like I said, we do flips.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, you name it, we do it. I got houses for sale right now. So
great.
Yeah. So you're in there.
We're kind of in the whole mix of anything construction. You know?
I got you.
So yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Cool,
when's your home going to be done?
We broke ground on it yesterday. So
congrats.
Yeah. I think in weather permitting, maybe 5 months, maybe 6 months.
Jeez, I'm telling you, dude. I'm telling you, y'all are quick with
up.
it. Yeah, y'all get them up.
Have you seen a house built before? Like it's crazy because when I was doing the labor, like just when they started putting the walls, it's so like it's like once it gets rolling and you get in the flow of it, it does go surprisingly fast. It seems
you drive by one day and see a stack of lumber laying on the ground.
Right.
Go back the next day and it's up.
It's almost exactly
it's built.
Sheesh.
That's kind of the quick part of it, and then you start to get into all the little details and sheetrock, plumbing, electrical, just all those things. You know, that takes time, and obviously weather is the biggest part of building a home. So, but I think the average home build is between 6 and 9 months.
Okay.
Now people are starting to build what they call the barn dominium style slab on grade. That's what I'm building, one big giant level.
Yeah.
I don't need to go in a basement no more. I ain't getting no younger.
I was just talking to Jess and them about that, my wife, and I was like, I used to be like, man, I want a basement as big as, you know, my house, that way I could go. But then I was talking to like some of my family members, and they're like, yeah, we just want to build a home on slab. I was like, yeah, I guess you're right. Like,
it's more simple.
Yeah, and that's what we're doing. We're building a big slab on grade, and said it's going to have a storm shelter inside the garage, all concrete. So like I said, this is my basement we're at now. Obviously you said that, but I don't come down here. My girlfriend painted this wall 3 months ago. I just found out like 2 days ago.
Man, like, nice.
I don't come down here. And then not for any particular reason. It's just kind of, it feels like it's out of the way.
Yeah, that's true. And then the stairs, after
And
a
then
long
the stairs,
day,
you know,
stuff, you're just
we
like,
come down. I go to the hot tub. Like I said, I went to the hot tub a couple times. Didn't even know she painted that wall. She's like, "You see the wall downstairs?" I said, "No, there's a bunch of them. Which one?" The one I painted. Oh, no, I didn't, but it looks good.
It looks great. You did great.
It's
It looks
funny.
good.
It is nice though, man. This is a very, very,
It's very nice place.
relaxing,
Thank you.
nice. I like the layout.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh man, we appreciate your time, man. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah, no, I
like
appreciate
everything.
you.
As we're kind of wrapping up, if they want to build a custom home, if they want to reach out to you about, where can they find you?
You can find me on Facebook. That's pretty much it, man. I don't do a lot of the social media stuff, but you can find me on Facebook.
Yeah.
You can just Google Midwest Deck and Exterior.
Yeah.
Google Midwest Custom Homes. Nick Guivas. Phone number, 785-249-7415.
There you go.
Call it anytime.
Yeah.
I mean,
You're on it.
we're on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Man,
I
and
wish
that-
you nothing but success. And
Yeah,
Yeah.
appreciate
it's
it.
good.
Nothing
to,
but success is
yeah,
coming.
appreciate
Man.
sounds quality too. Like
Telling you.
clearly, you guys are
Absolutely.
doing quality work. So
Yeah, we ain't cutting no corners.
Yeah. What y'all's slogan?
We really don't have one yet.
Oh,
You
we
know,
ain't cutting no
Why don't you-
corners.
we
There
ain't
you
cutting
go.
no
We ain't
corners.
cutting
There
no
you go.
there it
corners,
is.
baby.
Was it
Yes,
born
sir.
on the pod?
Yeah.
Might have
There
just
we
been
go.
born right here.
Born on the pod.
I
there.
mean,
There you go.
I might need a little bit of help with that.
Yeah,
So, you know,
just holler at me. I got you. I'm very creative with a lot of that.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
no, man, Nick, we appreciate you, man. Make sure that y'all like, subscribe, share, comment who we should have on the podcast next. Hit that bell notification so you never miss an I'm From Topeka podcast. And if you're listening or watching on YouTube right now, you can also listen on all streaming platforms: Apple, Spotify, Amazon, anywhere that you get your podcast episodes from. Just type in I'm From Topeka and you'll find us.
Yeah, man.
there you
Let's
go.
go.
Don't miss it.
Yeah,
Leave a
don't miss
comment,
it.
man. Like you said, comment something. Comment who you might want to see us sit down with. And man, once again, Nick, thank you for your time. I know you're a busy man, so
Yeah,
thank you for inviting us into your space, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I'm gonna go ahead and make one last comment here.
Yeah.
I think the guy you need to get next on the podcast is Dangerous Damon Reed.
I was just gonna
Dangerous
say,
Damon, you been called out.
Dangerous, you
Dangerous
been
got
called
called
out.
out.
Reed.
All right, let's go.
Hey, you know
Dangerous
what? We
Damon
could
Reed.
do it right back here
Look,
again.
there it
Let's
is.
go.
There it
Okay.
is.
There
But
it
you got,
is.
we could do it back here, but then you got to be on the fourth mic to
Hey,
call him
absolutely.
out on anything
I got
if
you.
he's
Yeah, we gotta-
like, hey,
yep.
you got to remember this.
Yeah.
Let's
We need
go.
all the facts.
He'll keep me reminding, or he'll say things that'll make me remember
Yeah.
things about him. So yeah, no,
There we go.
You guys would love to have Damon Reed.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
yes.
definitely we need to.
We
holler
would.
at him.
Yeah.
I'll make that happen.
Yeah,
Cool.
Let's go.
Yeah,
That's
thank you,
perfect.
man.
Well, we appreciate y'all. As
Yeah.
always, peace and love. We'll see y'all next time.
Peace.
Topeka, baby. It's about the people, baby. Yeah. I love my city, baby. From the north, south, west to the east side.